Welcome to this semester's final edition of CFC Scene. I'm Ryan Michael. Our first story takes a look at the college's decision on whether or not to go private and how this will affect the college in either a positive or negative way. The college's decision to become a public institution in the 1970s may soon be revoked, and the buzz around this hot topic has many students voicing their opinions.
Private, it would cost a lot more and fewer kids would be able to go here. Granted, maybe with private tuition being higher, they would be able to give out maybe more scholarships. The prestige that comes with being a private school, I really don't see the point in that. It all seems kind of vain to me. I think it'd be a lot better if it stayed a public school.
Some college officials think that turning into a private institution would affect the college in a negative way.
Going private is something that obviously has been rumored or talked about, and that even President Benson has mentioned over the last several years, but I think it is a unlikely option. The challenges and the hurdles of getting over the monies that are due back to the state because of buildings and land are pretty close to insurmountable. You'll continue to see a reliance, even though we're a state institution, probably on higher tuition for the South Carolina students, but also for a higher reliance on out-of-state students who may be willing to pay more in terms of tuition. I think that'll only continue.
Well, the class of 2010 won't be having to deal with that issue, seeing as graduation commences this weekend. Rushing to Addlestone Library for an all-nighter is no longer a ritual for the graduating class of 2010. They take a walk across the cistern this Saturday, May 8th, with two ceremonies, both at 8 a.m. and 4 p.m., depending on the academic school of their major. Some interesting facts you may not know about the graduating class of 2010 were highlighted yesterday on the college website. The class is comprised of nearly 2,300 students, with the School of Human and Social Sciences garnering the most diplomas. One graduate is a triple major, while another is attending graduate school for volcanology. Graduate Nick Shalowski is the first openly gay candidate elected to office in South Carolina history. Another graduate, Kelsey Ward, is moving to Peru to join the Peace Corps. This diverse group of leaders, activists, and record-setting athletes is certainly to be remembered. This semester, one student took it so far to lead an initiative to have an on-campus vegetable garden. CFC Scene has the story of one student's quest to bring green to a green-lacking campus. Stern Center is home to students' food favorites of Chick-fil-A and Quiznos, and is a hangout spot for casual activities. But who knew that Matt Gregory would be so inspired by a philosophy paper on urban farming? Sustainability is a word he preaches to everyone. He encouraged his movement to continue by planting more edible gardens around campus. In other CFC news, a welcomed addition to the Art Center has gotten the campus's creative juices flowing, as well as exciting many current and prospective art students. The college is determined to improve its arts program, and with the Marion and Waylon H. Cato Jr. Center for the Arts, it is doing just that. It houses several pieces of unique art in the foyer for students to enjoy.
I like the Art Center. I think it's pretty cool. They have a lot of neat sculptures everywhere. I especially like the one of the, I can't remember what it is, but it's a plant growing thing that they have in the front. So I hope like more places like this hopefully will encourage like artistic ability to thrive, especially when creating buildings like this.
Continuing the hype for the arts, the college will be hosting a Spoleto sneak peek Monday, May 10th at 6 p.m. in the Simmons Center for the Arts. The annual event will feature music professors Robert Taylor and Edward Hart, as well as theater professor Todd McNeary, and dance artist-in-resident Robert Ivy. Also present will be the director of the Hazley Institute for Contemporary Art, Mark Sloan. The lecture will highlight events at Spoleto and its history. The event is free and open to the public. After a night of bar hopping following graduation, Many students may forget that Mother's Day is the very next day. CFC Scene took it to the streets to see what students have planned for their mothers.
And we're going to have a nice official dinner. It's going to be nice, and exchange gifts and do anything other cliche on Mother's Day, so it's going to be pretty grand.
On a college budget, many students will find themselves not taking their mother out to dinner, but stuck in the card aisle.
Going home on Thursday, so I'll be home for Mother's Day, and we usually have brunch at my grandma's house for all of my mom and her sisters. It's a lot of fun. And every year, me and my sister each write my mom a poem, and then we get like pretty frames and we put them in them, so we're doing that again this year.
I'm actually not going to be getting to go home for Mother's Day this year. I'm staying in Charleston this summer. So I'm just going to be able to send my mom a card and some flowers.
Wrapping up with sports, the only bad news to report is the women's softball team's loss to the Furman Paladins 4-3 in the 11th inning. Despite that disappointment, Cougar men's baseball beat Davidson 8-4, and member Rob Krall was named SoCon's Baseball Player of the Week. CFC sailing team also plans on competing in 3 national tournaments. Well, that wraps up this semester's segment of CFC Scene. Break out the sunscreen, hit the beach, and have a relaxing summer. Until next time, I'm Ryan Michael.